Hiya, my name's Johnny. Welcome to my TR6 Restoration vlog, I suppose you call it. Today I'm planning on starting to prepare the engine bay for respraying. Those of you that follow me would have seen in the last episode I prepared, undercoated and sprayed the bonnet. And so before I put the bonnet on, I need to prepare under here and getting this part of the car looking as good as what the rest of the car is going to look like. Respraying in the engine bay is a really tricky task. It's always better if you take out the engine, but I'm not going to be taking out the engine, so basically what I'm going to need to do is just unbolt everything from the sides here, including brake pipes, fuel pipes, unbolt everything and lift it up, rub it down, undercoat it and top coat it. So it's going to be really tricky, but I've got no option. It's definitely got to be done. So this will take me a few days to just even prepare. This particular area around the front is quite bad. At some point the front balance has been changed, a new one's gone on, and they haven't done it too bad, but where they've welded, they've left it sort of vulnerable to rust, and it's got rust and some filler in this area and the same on that side. So using this tool, which is my brother's, is a battery powered Dremel, is helping me get into these areas and get at all the little nooks and crannies. Very, very handy tool, really good for this sort of thing. So I'm just going to clean up all the rusty areas. Once I've done that, then I'm going to give it a coat of this stuff, which is a rust converter. And once that's gone off, I'll be able to start like the finishing process, which might involve a little bit of filling. Seam sealing, I know they haven't got seam sealer from factory, but I'm going to seam seal it anyway because that's just going to give it a better resistance to any water ingression and then eventually rust. So I'll be seam sealing around there as well, undercoating and then top coating. Right, now it's the day after, and just wanted to show you how the rust converter is working on the bodywork here. Here you can see wherever it's black is where there was rust, and the rust has now been converted into, as it says on the label, an inner surface which is ready for painting if you want. It's still a little bit tacky, and it's needing about 48 hours to fully cure, but it has attacked the rust really well. While that's still curing away, I'm going to undo as much as I can around the engine bay and draw it up towards the engine to clear the area here, same as on that side, as best as possible, so that I can rub it down, primer it, ready for painting. So there's quite a lot of bits and pieces. The hardest part is going to be these brake lines, which are sort of rigid. I mean, I can unsecure them from the bodywork, but they're still a little bit rigid, so it's going to be a little bit awkward get into those areas or behind those areas. And there are going to be some little corners down there which I don't know how I'm going to get a spray gun into, but yeah, that'll be the next job which I'll attempt now. I'm unclipping the wiring loom and taking lots of photographs as I go along, and I've got to try and find somewhere to lay it when I'm coming to spray it. There's parts of this loom, I don't know what colour, why that's meant to be, it's completely burnt out, so I'm going to have to unravel the plastic off of this loom and find out what's going on and replace the wiring that's damaged. I've disconnected every cable now, and it's just a matter of feeding back the cable through this hole here. So once that's done, that's given me a massive clear area. Done. Now I've been trying to get this unit out, which is the windscreen wiper motor, and I've unscrewed it from the engine bay here and undone this nut here. I'm yanking it, but it's not coming out. Couldn't work it out, so I called my mate Ray. He's my mate now. I bought some bits and pieces off of him. He's a kind of TR6 specialist. Used to restore these things years ago, and there's nothing he doesn't know about TR6s. So I called him and he said to me, have you undone the top plate off the motor? Well, that top plate is this thing here, held on by these 4 little nuts, which is a 1/4 size screw head or nut head. So I'm just about to do that now. He said the cable goes in there and it's held in by some sort of a circlip under a load of grease, and then you can release the cable. Right, that's the plate off. And apparently there's a circlip here. Which I've got to undo. That's that little thing there. And then I suppose this piece comes off. And then I can take that out. Just leave that in there. And that's the wiper motor out. So thanks for that, Ray. I know I'm driving you mad and I don't leave you alone, but I couldn't do half of this stuff without your advice on the other end of the phone for me whenever I need you. Right, I've spent the last few hours cleaning up as much as I can from the engine bay. Pulled off all the brake pipes from around here as well. I was going to try and mask them off, but I decided to take them off completely. Every cable, brake master cylinder off, pretty much everything. Now that I've come this far, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I've decided I'm going to whip off the cylinder head and send it off to have new valve seats and valve guides so that it can run on the fuel that's out there at the moment. I was toying with the idea of just leaving it as it is and using an lead additive, but as I say, I've come this far. I'm not that far away from taking off the head now, so that's going to be my next job. Right, I've got the metering unit off, the alternator off, the coil off, and now the engine is looking much clearer on the passenger side. I'm making quite a bit of progress here today. It's been a good day for me. Now I want to concentrate on getting these intakes off and the exhaust manifold off, then I'll be ready to whip the head off. Now the rocker cover's off, I can see the condition of the head. It's cooked, it needs proper degreasing and cleaning and whatnot. So that'll happen as well as the new valve seats being inserted as well. Right, just undone the inlet, or the inlet manifold. And that's that. Now I can just spray some WD-40 on the exhaust manifold, and hopefully this won't be too difficult to come out. Nice and easy. Now I just got to hope the exhaust isn't secured underneath. No. Nice. Nice. So, that's the exhaust manifold now free. I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, and there'll be 7 bolts on the other side that hold the head down. Trouble being is the ones on that side are underneath the camshaft, as you can see here. So I won't be able to take them off unless I take the camshaft off. So I think my next job is going to be the bolts along here, or the nuts along there, take them off, lift up the whole camshaft with the rockers, then take out these push rods, and then I can undo this side of the cylinder head, and then what else? I think I've got the water pump to take off as well yet. Then the cylinder head can come off, but that's happening tonight anyway. I've just undone the 6 bolts that hold the rockers on, and I'm trying to ease it off. Just gently, bit by bit, so as not to bend anything. Just need it. There we go. There are the rockers. First sort of visual, they don't look worn out, but who knows. The next thing I'm going to have to remove are these push rods, and they go in, they have to go back in the order that I've taken them out. So what I'll do is I'm going to organise a cardboard box where I can push them all into and have them numbered. That's it. Head off. Can you do me a favour?
What now?
Yeah, just to take this fucking thing. It's fucking heavy. Got it?
Yeah, come on. Where do you want to put it?
So here's what the engine bay looks like without a cylinder head and all the ancillaries. Now, looking inside at the pistons, apart from their heavily carbonised, there doesn't seem to be any real problem in there. Feeling inside one or two, no score, and I've already checked them to see if there's any slack in them, and there isn't. And now here's the underside of the cylinder head, again heavily carbonised. So tomorrow I'll give a call to a company, local company, and see how much they want and if they can take this in to do all the work that's required on it. Okay, this is another day, Wednesday today, and I've taken the cylinder head off and dropped it down to a local engineer's, and they're going to decoke it, harden seat valves on it, and I think upgraded valve guides as well. I think that's what they call it anyway, whatever. So hopefully that should come back to me in a few days' time looking brand new. Meanwhile, what I'm doing is using the extra space I've got to prepare the engine bay for painting.